Hey, what's up, guys? We're live back again. Just doing some updates here. We got some situations with uh, the deal that we thought we were going to do with Quinn. I really thought it was a lock, guys. Wasn't trying to sell anyone anything that wasn't out there. Wasn't trying to get anyone to buy anything. But I will say this. I guess he left the Star. The Cowboys are still interested. Um, there's an interest there, of course, still, but the Saints were a big player. Of course, Jerry Jones didn't throw the money at him that he's probably wanting. There's a good chance that you know. Um, there's a good chance he's wanting money to the level that if we get this guy, we have to do something with Tank Lawrence. I didn't think that was possible at first, but there's a chance that that's not going to say going to happen, but there's a chance that that's why the deal is off. So let's see. We got a new deal, free agency update, headquarters. Oh, okay. Mike Fisher's, I guess, went to the fan to do an update on since there's been a lot of changes. Some of the guys are getting out here. I'm having to update something on my computer because the live stream wasn't working, so I'm having to use my phone right now. I hope the stream is working okay. Um, Let me get this rolling again. Really sorry, guys, for the cutting off earlier. As I said, the problem was the battery on my computer was going down, so I had no option. It just shut down on me. So I got the live stream going again. Everything's gone smooth today. Eric Berry's out of the question. That's a good deal. I'm happy to see that. I wasn't interested in that. I think we got a safety at 58. No matter who that is, we will get a top safety at 58. We addressed the wide receiver thing, which I really wasn't extremely interested in, but I am glad that happened. So good deal. We got Randall Cobb signed, which I do like. Let me do the zoom here, guys. I don't like this zoom that far away. Let me get it a little closer, and let me get the TV going as well. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm not monetized here. I'm not banging cash out for my channel. I just want to sit here and talk Cowboys with you guys. So uh, I got the Twitter feed up just to make sure if any fresh news comes out, we will get notified within 20 or 30 seconds. So I do want to keep that rolling, and I want to get the I got computer flashes going on here. Let me get my so we will see, guys. As for now, there's no deal with Randall Cobb, or not Randall Cobb, excuse me, no deal with Robert Quinn. Um, so no deal with Randall Quinn, but we are still do have the Randall Cobb thing going. And my computer's acting up. It really pisses me off when this happens because a big part of that is being over here and the internet being slow. So I'm trying to get the game going again for you guys. I had the Cowboys and Seahawks game up earlier, which I'll do that. And then if we get any updates on Randall Quinn, hopefully he's going home. There is a chance he's going to meet with the Saints tonight. If that happens, you guys know. It hasn't looked good when the Cowboys are they're it hasn't looked good when the Cowboys have had to compete to get a player. It seems like every time we've competed with a team to get a player, we've lost. Um, yeah, I shaking my head on Quinn. Jerry Jones is not going to throw that money at him, Antoine, and the reason is we got to get the DeMarcus Lawrence deal done. I think that's their focus, but I think what they wanted to do was see what kind of money they could spend so they knew what they had left for DeMarcus Lawrence. And I know that that's not right to put him last, but he's a player that you got to think if you bring some players in, maybe you tell him, hey, we lost David Irving, we lost Randy Gregory. Most likely, we lost him. Small chance that we'll see much from him if we do. Um, the Dolphins, excuse me. Well, it's up to the Dolphins. Probably aren't willing to pay part of his contract. Yeah, that could be part of it as well. Quinn lost 13 million a year, which isn't worth paying that much, while also losing a draft pick. Um, I'm good. Stevie Mac, you might to you you say it's a little heavy, but I really looking at his numbers, 13 mil to me sits good. I'm okay with that, and actually maybe a 13 mil and maybe a third round, maybe a second. The reason is no. I don't think I could go with him having 8 years. You're right. He's got 8 years under his belt. But if you look at his numbers, he's been real consistent. He stayed on the field. We haven't had any problems with him. The okay. Hold on. We got two updates here again. Let's see what we got, guys. Welcome. 1 minute. Randall Cobb, welcome to the Cowboys. I'm going to study him. I'm going in the morning to write a full report. Oh, okay. Brian Brodus is going to write a full report on Randall Cobb. Big deal. Dude, if you can, you don't need to write a report. There's plenty of shit out there on him. I don't like these guys that live in the Cowboys' little building there in their little facility. And the reason is, let me adjust my camera again. The reason I don't like these guys that live in the Cowboy facility, I think they're hiding shit. I think they cover up stuff. I think that the way they do shit and the things they talk about, I don't know. I don't think it's I don't think it's they're too close to the Cowboys, and they never have good information. They never, ever have good information. It's always, you ask an opinion, and they say, oh, he's a possibility, or, so either, and would the Cowboys literally, would the Dallas Cowboys hire some very, very, would they hire like super intelligent people that stayed in their building, were able to see the hallway, see some things. Now, I know they keep those guys separate and they don't get involved like with the coaches. They rarely see Jerry Jones and Jason Garrett and the offensive coordinators and those things. They don't get to see those guys on a normal basis. Of course, they see them more than we do, of course, but they're not going to put those guys down the hall from them in the building and allow them to be so close in that area. That's why they never ever have good information. And I think sometimes they've got to know shit and they don't put it out, or they always off. They've been talking about drafting defensive linemen. I really feel, I still feel that way. There's no reason to draft a defensive lineman unless you've got a top 10 pick or a top 15 pick and a guy happens to fall a little bit, or you've got a first round pick and a guy really drops that you think he's dropping because of off the field issues or some statement that comes out and it's not confirmed, this, that, or the other thing, and you want to take a risk on a player that's dropped for off the field action. But for a player to actually be a second round or a third round pick, like Taco Charlton was a late first round pick, for him to be effective early in his career is almost impossible. It's just a different position. It is a man position. Big Splat, what's up, Big Dan Splat Black? How you doing, brother? He's guaranteed 11 internet, and they want to let him go. Who's that? Oh, you're talking about Robert Quinn. I think he's worth that. I know Stevie Mack said it was a little more than that and doesn't agree to it. I don't know what his exact contract deal is, but I would definitely go in that ballpark with him because he's a defensive lineman. Do a 1-year deal. If you do a 1-year deal and then you let him go, we might pick up a third or fourth round compensatory pick for him. So we get him for a year. We get to use him for a year. We give him a good salary, and we also get a pick for him. And then, we could take that pick, combine that pick that we get for him next year, and maybe combine it with. But we're probably going to lose a draft pick as well, since we're having to do a trade deal here with the, oh, we got another update. Man, I'm just trying to get through a draft. Yeah, well, we got a lot of information changing day by day before the draft happens. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, the Cowboys can get one more defensive lineman. I was really thinking the Quinn thing was going to happen, and the reason was when he went upstairs to talk to Jerry Jones, I thought it was a lock. But Jerry Jones sticking to his guns. Jerry Jones has been burned before. Jerry Jones has thrown money at players. He's thrown draft picks at players. And we've done well the other way at times too. So Dorsey Dorsett in Austin, Texas is back. What's up, brother? How you doing, Dorsey Dorsett? Yeah, how you doing, bro? Welcome back to the channel, man. I hadn't seen you in a while. While you're here, you guys, like button, like I said, it just pushes the videos up. I get more views. It doesn't go to my bank account. None of that stuff. I did hit 2,400 followers like a week ago. Today I put on 30 followers, which is awesome. So I think we're having a good time here doing the live chats. I will be doing Caleb Carson. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, that's my son there in the house. That's well, I guess what you would call him, Cowboy Crunk Jr. or Kitty Cowboy Crunk. That's little Cowboy Crunk in the house. He's there in the Magnolia Magnasty. He lives about a mile from me. That's my son, heir to the throne, heir to the Crunk throne, and I love you, son. The other day he went and got a autographed bottle of some liqueur from E40. E40 is my favorite rapper. I know I've never lived on the West Coast, but that's where I'm at. So yeah, I'm proud of my son, man. Very proud. He's doing well. He's a boy, not a boy. He's a young man. Excuse me. He's a young man, but he's doing good, and he works through problems and learns and moves on. That's my homeboy. But anyways, guys, what's up with Quinn right now? He has left the Cowboys facility. He did not sign a contract. The Cowboys are still interested. Their supposedly talks are still going on. I'm only nervous that he didn't leave because he was talking to the Saints as well. And when I heard this story start, when it kicked off, the situation was he was going to go talk to the Cowboys and the Saints. He's talked to the Cowboys and now he's left. So that's where we are. We don't know what's going on further than that. I'm sure his agent will have his phone on tonight. His agent will be taking phone calls. He's probably going to go, hopefully he's going to go have a glass of champagne, relax and chill, and check out, think about how things are. This is what Jerry Jones likes to do, guys. Jerry Jones and his Dallas Cowboys and the Star and AT&T Stadium, Jerry Jones thinks he can take this Star, and he can with some players, and he thinks he can say, welcome to the Star, and we want to talk to you, and come in here and sit down and have this and look at what we have, and here's a piece of paper here, sign this contract. And he sits back and he says, I'm Jerry Jones and we are the Dallas Cowboys. Well, I'm proud of him for saying that, but some players, a lot of players these days, they want their money. And they want their money like this, and they want it like that, and they have requests and they have requirements. And this guy's a guy that is deserving. I had his stats pulled up earlier. He had 19 sacks his third year into the season. He dropped off a little bit. Then he had a couple seasons where he had some injuries, but he recovered from that. He's averaged about 10 sacks in the last 4 years. 10 sacks is very, very respectable. You guys got to know that's D-Laws came on lately and done well, but for him to have 10 sacks is outstanding. So a 19-year sack, a 13-year sack season. He's not as good on the run. The guy's not as well on the run. He's more, I think more of a speed guy than a power guy, and that's why he's not as effective on the run and tackling on the run in the run game. But very, very, very respectable. Okay, let's see. Let me check out the chat box. Alvin Santa Ana, how you doing, brother? Cobb left yesterday. to and had no deal. It takes a whole day to crunch numbers. Yeah, that's a good point, Alvin. Thank you, brother. And I did forget about that. I did an hour and a half long video and didn't mention that. Shout out to Alvin Santa Ana. We were talking to Cobb. I actually kind of had put that on the second shelf because I didn't think it was going to happen. It really surprised me today when we were talking about Eric Berry. Eric Berry was getting his physical, and Robert Quinn was in the building, and all these things were going on. And then I read Dallas Cowboys sign, and I'm like, what, we signed? Who did we sign? And I'm like, we signed Cobb? We were talking to him yesterday. I really thought that it would get, I guess, swept under the rug, and it didn't. Luca Brazzi in the house, my brother, always here, always on point. Thank you, Luca Brazzi. How you doing, brother? I had a shout out for you earlier. I know you weren't in the chat room, but in the video before, I did a bunch of shout outs to new subscribers, also people that always comment. And I don't know if there's a way to see who gives you the likes. I wish there was a way to see who gives you the likes, because I'd like to shout you guys out as well. But it is, the channel's going good. I've had like 100 subscribers in the last day or so. Thomas Garrett, I like to give you guys nicknames. Two of my favorite nicknames are in the house right now. Luca Brazzi, which is Joe Lucas. Luca Brazzi, if you guys don't know, is from the movie The Godfather. He was the enforcer. Dan Splat, always here too. Dan, I call him Blat Splat, and Big Splat Blat. I have a few names for him. And Thomas Garrett, the first time I looked up, I just saw Target. I don't know why. I kind of ran it together. And Thomas Garrett, Target, and his points that he makes are always on target. He has a lot of intelligent things to say. When you guys see him in the chat rooms, pay attention, because he says some nice things. NFL full games. Do you think Robert Quinn is still a possibility? I don't know. The Saints, if the Saints are really going to compete with him, they have a chance tonight, dude. Black Panther, LOL. I don't. Is that your nickname, Antoine Myers? I got you. If you want to be the Black Panther, I'll try to remember that. I seem to remember nicknames a lot better than normal names. Jared Griffin. Anyways, NFL full games. If the Saints are really pushing for him, he got the guns. You want to see that's Cowboy Crunk guns right there. That's with the old school Bill Bates jersey on. I got a little bit of gun left. Now, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I had the gun, but the guns is down. You call me the White Panther. If the Saints are still gunning for him, it just seems like we've lost a lot of battles with other teams lately. So we will see. Now Aaron's going to ask me his name. I know you don't go by Aaron. It's a different name. Aaron is somebody else's. It's somebody. Aaron Elias is somebody else's sign in or log in, and you're using it. I remember that. Is that right? We got news again, guys. Let me check it out one more time. Oh, now Brian Brodus is posting a bunch. I might remove Brian Brodus from my Twitter. He just seems to post little things. People ask him questions, and he always says, "Oh, it's a possibility." Chalo, David Ruiz. Now my wife is going to hear me say this, and she's going to get mad. Is it Cholo? Oh, Cholo. Okay, David Ruiz. Cholo's easy. Black Panther, I hope so. I enjoy doing it, man. Like I said, Denise is back again. I said it right. We didn't sign Denise. No, we did not sign Quinn. But there's still a possibility as we're being kind of tight. Brian he's a tight ass, but has good info on. Yeah, I agree. Big Dan Splat. Blat Splat, true. I probably the money thing. I can tell you, Jerry Jones likes to put the star in front of people and say, "Hey, sign this contract, play for the Cowboys. Look at what you got. Look at your facilities. Look at the fan base you're going to have, and all those things." And it is true, but I think Jerry Jones thinks he can wow people with those things and get a contract. So, I was supposed to be playing the game, guys. I'm sorry. Right now we got NFL Network on. They're doing live updates on these draft trades. They're doing a mock draft. Once this thing gets updated, we will do a mock draft, and we'll go through. And they're never accurate. They're not perfect, but it'll let us see, especially what safeties are available at 58. And if you run the draft a few times, you get different answers. So now Saints going to sign him. No, well, we don't know that. He was talking to the Saints earlier. He was talking to us. He's been going back and forth. Randall Cobb also was talking to two teams, and he signed with the Cowboys. We actually talked to Randall Cobb yesterday. I forgot to mention this. We did talk to Randall Cobb yesterday. He went home, and then there was no news on Randall Cobb today. Zero news on Randall Cobb, and then we signed Randall Cobb. So it surprised me. I thought he was gone. So the same thing could happen to for Denise there on your comment. The same thing could happen to Robert Quinn. Excuse me. I've said his name 1,000 times today, but I am happy. Yeah, fingers crossed. I'll say the same thing too. I think if we get that, Denise, if we get that pick at 58, we're a lock on safety, and we will get a very, very good safety at the 58th pick. If you look at the trend right now, the trend on safety the last 3 or 4 years is at 58. You will get a top 3 safety. You'll get a top 3. And we're going to have, think about this, we'll get a top 3 safety out of the draft at 58. And you're going to have Chris Richard coaching this guy. So, and you're going to have Jeff Heath, who's a very, very good film guy. Jeff Heath's a good athlete. He's quick, he's fast, but he follows Sean Lee. He knows the things Sean Lee does. He follows his attitude. He follows his game style. He follows his film development. And so having Jeff Heath there is a really big plus for us. Whatever safety we get, it'll be the 3rd or 4th safety to come out of the draft. He's going to be an elite athlete. He's going to be young. He's going to be a good solid player. He's going to have the best defensive back coach in the league. He's going to have probably the best linebacker coach in the league, Sean Lee, on the field with him. And he's going to have a very good young safety, Xavier Woods, to work beside him. So a draft at 58 as safety, to me, is the smartest thing we could do. 5th round pick for Quinn because he got traded for a 4th from the Rams. Okay, that's good news. I didn't know that on him. Good notes there. Black Panther. The Black Panthers, Myers. I try to throw your real name in there too so everybody else can learn your name. I'm all in at safety at 58. And we will get, if we go defensive line at 58, you're going to get probably the 15th or 17th defensive lineman off the board at 58. You're going to see defensive line in the top 10. There'll probably be 5 or 4. 4 or 5 defensive linemen come off in the top 10. Then from 10 to 32, you're going to see another 6 or 7. So that's 12 of the first 32 players out of the draft are going to be defensive linemen. Then we still have another 26 picks until we pick at 58. So at 58, you've probably got easily 15 to 17 defensive linemen coming off the board. So you're looking at getting a decent. We got Taco Charlton at 27th. If you guys were in the other videos, I said that already. I know, but we got Taco Charlton at 27th, and we're still waiting on him to develop a little bit. The position just takes a long time to develop. A safety can come in, and within a year or two, just like Byron Jones, just like Xavier Woods, just like Cheeto Awuzie, all of those guys have come in and been effective their first year and were very effective their second year. So that's why, to me, in the 50 areas, in the 40s, 50s, you go safeties. And if you get a top 10 pick, a top 15, go defensive lineman. But anything after that, if you want the player to be productive the first year, if you need a player like we do right now in the window, you draft a right now window player, you go with a safety, a corner, a linebacker maybe, a running back, a receiver, Taco Charlton. Taco's giving you, yeah. Well, Taco's giving me he's making the star burn too as well. So, we got two more Twitter updates. I'm not paying attention to my Twitter, guys. Let me see what we got. It's probably Brian Brodus announcing who averaged 150 yards per catch this season and scored 9 TDs, has clocked the 40 today in NFL teams. His school's pro day between, Toledo wide receiver, small school wide receiver, John V. Johnson. A lot of people recognize him because of his name's real catchy. He averaged 21 yards a catch. He scored 9 touchdowns. He ran his 40 today in his pro day at Alabama. No, I'm sorry, at Toledo. Alabama had their pro day today. He ran a 4.33 and a 4.37. So you got a blistering fast wide receiver out of Toledo that did his pro day today. One of the wide receivers that could be on our draft selection committee there in the second round, or excuse me, the third round. When do you think Robert Quinn will be finalized? I think you'll see something tomorrow. If he's got 2 offers on the table and he's close enough to where he's talking with Jerry Jones and he's probably talking with the Saints right now, he's going to go with whatever the best deal is for him. And that easily could be either or. That could be either or. That could be the Saints. My bad. I got to have my rings in the area here, man. That could be the Saints or us. It's whoever gives him the best deal for what he's looking for. So hopefully that will be. Hopefully that'll be us. Hopefully they'll get to talk to him tomorrow, and we'll have a little bit of a better idea on that tomorrow. Let me get the camera there a little bit. There we go. Where we at in Denise? Yes, will be great for years with the safety. Yeah, exactly. We'll get an excellent safety in the third round. Chris Richard is the coach. He'll have mentors around him, including Jeff Heath, Xavier Woods, Chidobe Awuzie, Byron Jones. Now, Byron Jones may be the one that gets squeezed out, but we'll get this new safety in there, and Jeff Heath can retire in a couple years, let this guy take over, or Jeff Heath can be his backup, and a new home for Vontaze Burfict. The Raiders are signing linebacker Vontaze Burfict to a 1-year contract. Sources tell me. Okay, so a new signing about 45 seconds ago. Vontaze Burfict signed with the Raiders. So the Raiders making a lot of moves, a lot of free agency moves. And another thing is, you got to think the Raiders have a lot of draft picks, but you've noticed they're combining these draft picks and moving up. They're getting players in free agency that benefit them and can fit into where. So the Raiders are making moves, guys. The Raiders are making moves the way I like to do it. The Raiders. Yes, Dan Splatt. I like watching the Raiders. They got my favorite player in the draft in 2017. The player I was watching. That's a good match for them. Also, they got. I think they're making really good moves. P.J. Hall, defensive tackle out of Sam Houston State University, small school. The guy was crazy. He didn't go to the combine. You guys have heard me talk to him about him before if you've been on my channel. But he was projected to go in the 4th or 5th round. P.J. Hall last year was my guy this year, Jalen Hurd. You guys have heard me talk about Jalen Hurd. If you haven't, check out my video, Cowboy Crunk Jalen Hurd, and watch a couple of my videos. I did about 3 or 4 videos on him in 1 or 2 days. We got new news again. It's something about Father's Day or something. I don't know. What is this? It's not news. It's a post. Anyways, no problem. But the Raiders are making good moves. P.J. Hall was my Jalen Hurd. this year, Jalen Hurd is my guy. I'm watching. Some people say fourth or fifth round. I think he's going to go late in the second, early in the third. He is going to be a big time player in the NFL. He matches up at a lot of positions. He can play running back. He plays wide receiver. He's a big wide receiver. He's strong. He's solid. Uh, Jordan Howard, free agent. Hold on just a second. Okay. How do the Cowboys feel about wide receiver Randall Cobb? Sorry, he's an excellent pickup. My meeting with him was off the charts good. This is who talking here? Let me see who this is talking. The meeting with who? Oh, Ian Rappaport. No, 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 no. So I'm not sure who's stating that. It must have been either one of the coaching staffs there with the Cowboys. They said his meeting was off the charts. Very smart. Still wants to improve. He still wants to get better and has a lot to prove after last year's injury-riddled season. So yeah, Randall Cobb, true, coming in off some injuries, hasn't been the okay. That's Raiders are signing linebacker Mike Fisher. Nobody has a harder Cowboys coverage than 103 The Fan video here. Okay. Just a little post coming out. Sorry, guys. I want to keep up with the news because, Jane Slater. Yeah, that was her interview. Good job. Denise, following the ladies. I follow her. Check this out, Denise. I follow her, Ian Rappaport. I only have 11 people that I'm following. Dallas Cowboys. I do follow Cowboys X Factor. Me and him talk a lot on here. But she has good information. I really started following her because thank you so much for taking care of business for me there, Denise. But she was following Earl Thomas. She was really close with the situation with him a little bit, and she was giving like sometimes some underground news that was going on with him. Every once in a while, you'd see little things that they're like, "Hey, what is?" Nobody's getting that news, but she was putting out some good stuff on Earl Thomas. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Earl Thomas wanted too much. Don't know if he was doing it to get money on his other contract deals or whatever, but we're good now. We will sign a safety. We addressed everything this off season so far exactly the way I've wanted to. Especially if we get this Quinn deal. Yeah, she's a solid source. She puts some personal things on there sometimes. I'm like, I don't care if you got a date or something. Shit, it ain't none of my business. Why you putting it on Twitter? I'm trying to watch Cowboy news. But now, if you got a date with Robert Quinn and you trying to help get him signed, that's different. But no, I'm kidding, guys. Yeah, she's good. She runs a good page. We got new news again. Here we go, guys. 1 minute, 1 minute. Oh, test again. It's a 1 year deal worth five. Okay, yeah. The Raiders signed also 1 year deal. Looks like their deal is similar to what we signed Randall Cobb for. 1 year, $5 million. So not sure if you guys know that the Randall Cobb deal was 1 year, $5 million. Randall Cobb deal, the Robert Quinn deal did not happen. He left the Star. Apparently the Cowboys are still interested. He said he's still interested. There's a mutual interest. So we will see what happens tomorrow. But I'm sure the Saints were hot on his trail also. I'm hoping Jerry Jones doesn't lose this guy to the Saints. We'll we be checking the boxes as far as needs for sure. Yeah. I want us to pick the safety up. So according to 1 year contract to BR, I heard trade possible for Quinn. Yeah, Richmond, to get you updated, brother. I know some people have priorities and things they've been doing. About 2 hours ago, the trade rumor opened up with Quinn between us and the Saints and the Dolphins. He's at the Dolphins, but the Saints were also gunning for him a little bit. He actually came and did a visit with the Cowboys. He had lunch with Jason Garrett and Marinelli and Okay, somebody picked me up. Chris Richard, he had lunch with them. Robert Quinn had lunch with Jason Garrett and Richard, and then he actually went upstairs and met with Jerry Jones. He was probably in there at least 30 to 45 minutes or an hour, and then he left, and no deal was done. So we will see. That is still a possibility. There's mutual interest, but he is also talking to the Saints still, I think. So Robert Quinn was spotted today on his way to visit the Cowboys, who are trade talks with the Dolphins for the veteran defensive end. Sources say Quinn would need to agree to any deal. So this is another step in the process with a Dallas team that obviously needs pass rush. Oh, just an update from a guy here. I don't know who this is. Oh, this is 10 hours ago. Why is that just posting? But yeah, that was 10 hours ago. Robert Quinn started his visit earlier this morning, Dallas Cowboy time. So give me cash. Crunk, I still want some more meat in the middle. Yeah, I still want some more meat in the. Oh, meat, MEAT. Yeah, I agree. I would. I think we're good right now. I mean, I don't want to get. We could do that maybe through the draft. Pick up a guy that in the fourth round, maybe just a big guy that can plug up the hole. Doesn't have to be super athletic, but I think we've got the guys there. Antoine Woods, Ross played pretty well at times. I know we re-signed him. We picked up Covington. We also picked up the guy from Detroit. He's a little smaller, but has been effective at times. He's one of those guys that can get low and push. So I think we're pretty good in the middle, but you can always improve, I'm sure. Big footballer. Let's go Cowboys, get her done. I agree. Chris Richard, thank you. Yeah, I was late on that. So he did meet with Chris Richard and the Carrot, and then he went upstairs and met with Jerry Jones, and then he left. I don't even know what time it is, guys. If somebody could post what time it is, Central Time Zone, hopefully it 12 Eastern. Yo, okay. Hopefully, 7:33. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I got you. 7:33. So it's still early. He has time to meet. The other night, I know that there was a couple on my updates. There was a couple contracts or negotiations that were completed at there were negotiations completed at midnight. So we'll see, guys. Hopefully the Cowboys can lock this guy in. Hopefully he's interested in the that shiny star and the helmet and the attention and the attraction. That's one good thing. If they give him a 1-year deal, he comes in, does a 1-year deal as a prove it. The players from the Cowboys get a lot. That's one thing like Cole Beasley. They get a lot of notification. They get a lot of airtime. They get a lot of so they can leave having that gratitude from ESPN and getting a lot of airtime. You can leave the Cowboys usually and make a little bit more than you would if you left another team, just because you're getting so much airtime. Well, guys, I came back on. I wanted to get the page rolling, and I thought something would happen here. Maybe that they would sign a deal, maybe make a phone call, and it could happen. I know that they probably had somebody follow his ass. I'm sure the Cowboys have some guys following Robert Quinn to see if he's going back to his hotel or whatever, or see if he's headed to New Orleans. He might be headed to the airport to get on a plane and fly to New Orleans. If anybody has the ability to shut down the airport in Dallas, go ahead and do that. If you can shut the airport down in Dallas, it might be a good idea. Shut the airport down in Dallas, lock the guy in so he can't leave and go anywhere. Yeah, that's a Bill Bates jersey, CT. This is actually a new school jersey. It's the old school colors. I always have my jerseys cut. I don't know, it keeps pausing, freezing up here. I always have my jerseys cut they have jerseys that they use. they have jerseys that they use to go to like fundraisers, and they're like, they got the fitted sleeves. They're smaller. They're real tight. You can't put shoulder pads on with these. But I get all of my jerseys made, and I get all my jerseys made with the what did I just say? The shit. I get all my jerseys made like the jersey, like when they go to do the functions and the Christmas parties and the um, my brain is tired. When they go to do fundraisers and activities and those type things. This isn't like a jersey that would fit, with shoulder pads and all those things. You'll see them when they go to do the humanitarian things and Salvation Army. When they do the Salvation Army stuff, they wear these. So sorry, that took me like a whole minute and a half to get that out. But we still have no news on Robert Quinn. I'm betting that the Cowboys got somebody following him. They're going to see if he's going to the airport. Hopefully, if he gets on the airport, he has Wi-Fi on the plane, and they'll send him charity benefits. Yes, sir. Thank you, Thomas Garrett. Always on point. Big splat blat. Quinn's deal is better. The team owners. He's stuck, but we'll get his 11.8 million guaranteed either way this year. Yeah, he's going to get his money whether the Cowboys give it to him or not. We got update again. I told that Rick was signed with the Raiders per source. Yeah. So Vontez Burfict was signed with the Raiders. You guys know that. That news was put out a little while ago. Let's see. So that should be it right now. Jason P., our O-line isn't getting much attention in addition to the rest of the offense. They're going to be dominant again. I hope so, JP. I'm with you on one thing right here. I don't know if you feel the same. This is why I wasn't interested in drafting a defensive lineman. I wanted to get that issue out of the way. That's why this Quinn signing to me right now is really important. Defensive linemen, offensive linemen, they take a while to come into that position. You don't come in at 23 years old and dominate. You don't come in at 23 years old and manhandle a guy across from you that's 28 years old and got his man strength. And, you can say, oh, well, he got technique. He's got technique. Technique won't get you. He won't get you to all the, technique won't get you those places. If you got a guy in front of you and you're an offensive Connor Williams position, and you've got a defensive tackle across from you, and he has good technique, and he's strong, he's going to blow Connor Williams up every time being 24, 25 years old. And we saw it happen some. But when Connor Williams gets that strength to compete with him, when he hits the weight room, when he's eating right, when he has a personal trainer, when he's training in the off season, when he's doing those things, he's going to be so much better from his rookie to sophomore to junior year with the NFL. Oakland Raiders are announced that they officially signed. Okay, we got that one. Adam Schefter's late. But those offensive linemen, defensive linemen, it takes a while to get their strength up. And without that happening, you're not going to have, unless he's a top 10 pick, you're not going to have a defensive lineman, offensive lineman come in and play well, play very good. You draft those guys to be helping you 2 years from now. If you want one that's going to help you today, you've got to do it through free agency. A safety, you can draft at 58. You can draft at 70, and they'll come in. All of our D-backs are young, and they're already being effective. Our young defensive lineman, Taco Charlton, he's not effective yet. Our young offensive lineman, Connor Williams, he's not effective yet. So those are things I wanted to put out real quick, guys. Lucas Brazzi in the house. Big Splat Blatt in the house. Always making a big splat with his comments. Ruiz, El Cholo in the house. David Cholo Ruiz, thank you for coming in, brother. Hey, from San Antonio, Texas. David Ruiz, my favorite city in the world. I've traveled a lot. I love San Antonio, brother. That I lived on the Riverwalk, had a really nice apartment on the Riverwalk for about 3 years, and I miss that apartment. I've taken my whole family down there. I show them where my apartment was across the street from the Alamo and all those things. So San Antonio's my El Barrio, whatever. That's my neighborhood. Uh, Joe Lucas, good luck with Jane Slater. I wish you well, brother. If that's the direction you're going, maybe you should draft her in your mock draft and see if it works out for you. Denise, thank you very much. Good night, guys. It's 5 a.m. here. I've got to go out. I got Turkish Airlines. I got Emirates landing. I got a bunch of military airplanes on the other side that are coming in. I got to make sure everything's set up and ready for them. And peace, love, and happiness. Cowboys, get this Quinn deal done. That right there, that locks us in at safety. If we get that, we go safety. We have nothing to worry about. We can sit down right now, and for a month, we have a month till the draft exactly. We have a month to study safety and figure out what safety we want at 58. So good night, guys. Target, Keith Parrish, welcome to the channel, brother. Thank you very much. No, we haven't signed D Law yet. I think they're waiting to get these small draft, not draft, but get these small signings out of the way, and then yeah, hopefully next time we talk we have Quinn. I think they're trying to get these small drafts and the free agency out of the way, and then see what they have for DeMarcus Lawrence. And you never know, if there's some crazy deals in free agency, they could, look at a trade with D-Law. I don't want them to do it. I hope they don't do it, but you never know, man. What if the Raiders threw some crazy shit at us and wanted D-Law and gave us a first and a second or something crazy, and we could drop that money right now, pick up Adamakin Sue and have the other guys we've already picked up and D-Law and Tyrone Crawford and have a first and a second, have 2 seconds. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. If he wants too much, Denise, business is business. If the guy wants too much, we can't do it. I am around the 21, 22 million range, which is higher than some people are wanting to give him. But if he's wanting more than that, yeah. So we got to, Cowboys, we got to do this. This is the thing. I know I was saying I was getting off. You guys give me some likes and I'll stay on here 5 more minutes. The only reason I'm saying that is I do need to keep going. But no, and no, don't do that. I'm not bribing nobody for no damn likes. But what I want to say is this money that we have belongs to the Cowboys. It's our money. Once we give it to these players, once we give this money to these players, it's theirs. And if they screw us over, and you give a lot of money to one player and it doesn't work out or things like that, you know what I'm saying, guys? We got to be careful. It's really, really, and Jerry Jones can have all the money in the world, but if he gives money to the wrong player, we have a cap. We have a cap system we have to follow. And if we go out and get Earl Thomas and we sign D-Law and let's get this done and let's do that, and we're frivolous with our money, Jerry Jones has got money and he's being frivolous. So if Jerry Jones is being frivolous, we watch our budget at home. When we go to the grocery store, we watch our budget. So we have to do the same thing. If we make the wrong decisions and we just sign some people and make some moves and do this shit too quick, and we screw ourselves and we don't have the money to pay D-Law, or D-Law is asking for too much and we don't have enough to pay Byron Jones next year. Byron Jones is a critical piece. And I don't understand why these players. What's up, Mike Clark? How are you, brother? Nice to see you again. If we could get a draft pick and some money, if we get a couple draft picks for D-Law and we free up money, I agree. We're not committed to 115 million because that's what we're probably looking at. 115 million over 5 years, 112 million over 5 years. That's a big commitment. But an edge rusher that's putting up numbers like DeMarcus Lawrence is a big, big, big part of your defense. How many times did we 3rd and 3? How many times 3rd and 6? How many times 2nd and 10? How many times before the snap of the ball we're going, come on D-Law, come on D-Law, let's go hot boys? How many times do we? Every fucking snap we did it. every snap of the ball, we're pulling for D-Law to do something, and he came through a lot. He's earned some money, but we can't just throw money at him and screw the team over, you know. So I hope it's changing for the better, brother. It was a good city. I really loved it, but I hope San Antonio's changing for the better. So that's my statement on D-Law. Do I want it to happen? Yes. Did I want Earl Thomas to happen? Yes. Do I want us to get Des Bryant back? Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, I would love to have Des Bryant back and have his passion and have it work on the team and him come in for a decent salary. Every good football player in the world I'd love to have on the Cowboys. If they're going to get us to the Super Bowl, that's where I'm at. Uh, but if they ask for too much, if they screw up the locker room, if they make issues on the team, right now it's about money. And I don't want DeMarcus Lawrence to sign a contract where we can't sign Byron Jones, or we can't keep Cheeto Awuzie, or we have to let Xavier Woods go. And it's going to happen if we pay him too much. If we pay him too much, we're going to lose one of those guys probably. And it's probably Byron Jones is what they're saying right now that's going to get pinched out. And I would hate to have a garbage safety put over, or a garbage corner put over there, and we're yelling all the time at this damn corner that had 25 pass interference calls in one season. I do that for him, sure, is big commitment. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a commitment, guys. You're getting married. You're marrying this player with a lot of money, and you're handing him the money and you're asking him to perform. D-Law is my BS guy, but it's a business. Yeah, true, guys. 100%. I want him signed. I hope he signs us a good deal so we can sign other players. And there's only so much food on the table. There's a table. There's a table full of food. It's exactly like Thanksgiving, guys. When it comes to this cap space system, it's exactly like Thanksgiving. There's so much food on the table, and if I sit down at the table and I say I want to sit at the head of the table, and I grab the turkey and the ham and I slide it over to me, nobody else gets any. Y'all can get the rest of those peanuts and shit, and you can have some cranberry sauce and some gravy, but this is mine because I asked for it and Jerry gave it to me. The host, Jerry Jones, gave me the turkey and the ham. I want some ham too, dog. I want some chitlins. I want some biscuits and gravy. But no, Big Dan Splat done sat down and took all the ham. Dan Splat took all the gravy and took all the turkey, and now we don't have none. That's the way it is, though, really. And players get pissed at each other. Players get pissed at each other when they see a player sign a huge contract like that, and that's why a lot of this doesn't get put out. I don't know, Denise. I hope his numbers go down. I hope they can work it out. What's up, Jane Banks? How you doing, brother? Yeah, Earl. The same thing with Earl. I'm glad we didn't do the Earl Thomas deal. I was hoping it would work out. You guys saw me do 100 videos on Earl Thomas. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You can't overpay the guy and not pay somebody else. It's a family. I look at it as a family. And to me, you got children, you got aunts and uncles, it's a family. You got to give a little bit, out to everybody. And when you have a player, to me, that's getting selfish and wanting this and wanting that and wanting this and wanting that, you're not going to do anything but take food off of a teammate or off a family member's plate. And they have to be. I understand. They're gonna probably pass away young. They're not gonna have good lives as they get older. They're in the hospital. They're on medicals. They're doing physical therapy all the time. I understand all that. They deserve money, but you got to realize, the money you're making, if you play it right. I agree. Don't overpay anybody. You guys, you can't overpay. You can't overpay people. But anyways, guys, I love you guys too. Thanks, Big Dan Splat, Stevie Mack, James Banks. Thanks for jumping in. Go back and watch from the beginning, James. I think I did a couple good videos today. We did sign a couple guys, or we almost did. So Eric Berry, Eric Berry is gone. I hope. Only reason saying that, James, if you check out my videos from earlier, you'll see I think we've got a very good plan at safety, especially if we sign this if we sign Robert. I haven't checked my Twitter in a while. I'm over here running my mouth. The star in Frisco. Okay. We signed Randall Cobb. Everybody knows that. We talked all day. We spent all damn day with Robert Quinn, and it didn't go down, but maybe it will. We'll try to make that happen later this afternoon. Alvin Santa Ana, thank you very much, brother, for coming in today, too. I'm going to get some sleep. I've talked so long I got a headache, and that's not good. My wife is probably tripping out on me because she knows I talk too much. Kathy Green, we've been there before, and we went to a Super Bowl. Yeah, we got to do this right. We got to spend our money right. The cap space is what makes the problem in the NFL, but it makes it interesting. I really like it. I think it's a cool system. You can't. Truthfully, if there was no cap, the Dallas Cowboys would be like the New York Yankees. We would have, you know, $40 billion salary, and nobody else would win games. I like the salary cap thing. I think it's done really well. So I appreciate it. Mike Clark, he's kind of a new guy to the channel, been here about a week. Fuck that. I like the Yankees. I do too. Look at you. See, Dan, you was eating all the turkey, all the ham. You took all the gravy. You took all the dressing, and now you're a Yankees fan. But I got a Yankees jersey. I'm not a baseball fan. I can't do baseball. It's too slow for me. But take care, guys, and I will keep you posted if I see something come in on Robert Quinn. I will jump back on and do a live show. So hit the notification. That way, as soon as I see something, I go live within 2 minutes. I'll be live, and you'll get notified as soon as it comes in. But I appreciate. Salute, guys. Cowboys love, and let's do this draft thing, baby. See you guys at the draft. Peace.